The third way, we did the decimal way. Like if I'm doing the E, I could go 0.62 times 75, but I don't want to multiply 62 times 75. So I need you to listen. The other way was 62 times 75. But then, okay, I hear somebody talking. All right, thank you.
Wait, I don't have that one.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because you weren't.
I sent it via the email.
Huh?
Okay.
I mean, I have that. I finished it. I don't have the capable thing.
Okay, so let's just listen for a second. So we said that you could also go 62 times 75 divided by 100, but the problem is I still have that big number to work with. So now here is one other way. Please listen. Instead of a decimal, I could make a fraction. I could go 62 over 100 times the 75. If I do that, then can I reduce that 75 in the 100?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's your alternate way, is if I see this second number is divisible by a factor of 100, I'm going to use that method. So 25 goes into this 3 times, 25 goes into this 4. So it's going to be 62 times 3, which is 186 divided by 4. And that should be our number. So 186 divided by 4 is...
Are we supposed to work? I mean, not work, paper.
What do you have paper?
Here, get a sheet of paper right here.
Are we finishing this?
We're not finishing all of it. We're finishing some of it. Okay. All right. While I'm showing you this, you can use pen. Use whatever you have right now. All right. And then on this one, 4 goes into this 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. No, it goes 6. 6 times 4 is 24. I've got 2 left over. And so 2 over 4. And I think they probably have the decimal form of 46.5. Is there a 46.5? Yes, there is right here. And just check off your answer. So I'm going to do a fraction one. What's that? This was the letter E. I'm saying on this letter E, it was easier to use the fraction form because you can reduce it. So if I'm doing on this one, on the letter U, who knows which way would you prefer to do it on the U?
Multiply.
I'm just going to, in fact, multiply on the U. I'm just going to go 4 times 56 divided by my percent. And then I could either, I could actually break that up. Well, I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and actually multiply it out. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 5 is 22. And I'm going to keep the 100 in this case, because how can I divide by 100 very quickly? Move over 1, 2, 1, 2. The answer is 2.24. Find that answer. Just check it off. That was the letter U. Where's the 2.24? It's right here. Okay, and it's the letter U, so I'll keep track of which one it was. Then I could do the letter M, probably 2 different ways. I think what I'll do is try the fraction method. So I'm going to make it 6 over 100 times 140. And in fact, I think what I'll do is, because I've got that 100 on the bottom, is I'm going to go straight across then. So 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 1 is 6, 7, 8. Okay. And here's some paper, by the way, if you need some. I'm so sorry. Okay. And then how can I get rid of that 100 quickly? Is move over 1, 2. Move over 1, 2. So it's going to be 8.4. Again, in this class, unless, very slim times, you should be doing long division. So it is 8.4. This other one was 2.24. And this one was, I don't know what the letter E was. The letter E was 46.5. And then the number 12. I don't know. How would you do the number 12? Well, I like the fraction way because that's divisible by quarters and so is 100. So on the G, I would do the fraction way 12 over 100 times the 625. How many quarters are in a dollar?
4.
So 100 divided by 25 is 4. Careful on this one. How many quarters in $6? So it'd be 24 plus one more is 25. And then we took this divided by 25 by a quarter is 25. And then does that 4 go into the 12? 4 goes into 12 3 times. My answer is what?
75.
75. And 1 over 20. This one I would probably just go 5 times 134 over the 100. And then just work it out. So that's 15, 16, 17. This is the letter R. Very good. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and it is 6.7.
I know why I'm doing you. That was the one.
Okay, on the U, what we did was we went the 4 times 56 divided by our percent. 4 times 56 divided by our percent. We multiplied through, got 224, divided by 100, and then just moved the decimal over twice. Okay. I think we're just going to do the 2 word problems and be done with that. Did I give you a new packet yet?
No.
Okay.
We already did the word problem.
Yeah, we already did the roll call.
1/7.
Oh, okay, good.
You got 224?
224, and then we divided by 100. All right, so we're moving on. Those are the ones, if you have a percent times a certain number, that you can use this method that we're talking about. But the ones today, I would stick with ratio proportion, and you will see why.
Can we use the multiplication method?
Not on this one. You won't be able to. There's an equation method that we could possibly use.
So they're just stable those. Did I give you one, Fred? Did I give you one, Sean? Find it. Were we supposed to finish double cross?
Take care of the water stuff before you come into the class.
Did we finish double cross?
We're done. Okay. Is that the one we do?
Yes.
We just have to do this. So here's
I finished this.
So we're doing 7-5 times a percent. So
What is that number?
it is number 51. It is number 51. All
Did we
righty.
already do this?
No,
No, yeah, we did.
we did not.
Not the exact page, but finding the percent.
We found the percent of a number. This time you're finding the percent itself. So this is a little bit different. So it says, what percent of 20 is 8? How are they doing it up here? I don't know what they're doing. Percent, what is the percent of? Let me see what they're doing. Well, it's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it off with the proportion method.
No, it's not.
It's 40.
Okay. Sean, do you have a question so I can get started? Thank you. All right. So on this, it says, first of all, right at the top of your paper, percent over 100 is part of a total. Okay, or you can have is part of a total, P over 100. So this is reserved for the percent and the percent sign, and the top number on the other side is the part out of the total. And I wrote this is over of because usually after the word of, like 10 out of 12, out of the 12 would be my total, and what's ever left is my part. So let's look at the number 2. So the number 2, do I have a percent?
No.
No. So I don't have a percent, so I automatically get to put P over 100. And then it says, what percent of 20? That 20 is going to be, what do you think, your part or your total? It's the of word. It follows the word of, so that is my total, is that part of 80. So it's going to be the 20 on the bottom and the 8 on the top. And then in the direction of the unknown, can I just go across like this?
Yes, yeah.
Times 5 times 5, what is your answer?
49.
The percent is 40%, which 50% of 20 is 10. 40 is going to be a little less, and it's 8. So this is going to be, the P is equal to 40%. All right. We'll look at another one. Hopefully it's easy. I don't know if it's is or not. I don't think I want to do that one. Let's look at the number 4. Okay.
What number do you have to do?
I don't know yet. We're going to find out. So hold on a second. This is the rate times the rate times that divided by 100. Hold on just a second. All right. So we're doing the number 4.
Yes.
So the number 4. 420 is what percent of, and by the way, this is one where I don't have it like the other day where I have 17% of 120. The only time you can multiply is when I have 17% of a number. But this is not the case. This time I've got 420 is what percent? Do I have the percent? Do I have a percent?
No.
No, that's what I'm looking for. So you automatically get to put P over 100. So I'm going to put P over 100. And again, what's that? Well, not yet. We haven't put anything in there to reduce. Hey, Matt, we're going to get there. All right. So I don't know where the is word of, because this goes with is what percent. So it's not the same. But do I have the of word?
Yes.
It's of the 120. That 120 is my total. 420 is what percent of my total 120. So that goes where? On the top or bottom?
Bottom.
Goes on the bottom. The totals go on the bottom. And the other number, the only place they can go here. So what this means is that if this number is bigger here, my number is going to be bigger than 100%. So can I reduce the 0 and the 0?
Yes.
Yes, I can take that off. In fact, does 6 go into both of those?
Yes.
So I can just rewrite this P over 100 divided by 6 divided by 6 is going to be 7 over 2. Yeah, and times 50. Or you could have then cross multiplied and divide, but times 50 looks good to me. Times 50 times 50. So what is our percent going to be?
350.
It's 300. So 420 is 350% of 120. So the P is 350%. And you must put on the percent sign. We're going to go down to the word problem. Let me see how many we have to do. Let me take a peek. I ran too many off. No, I don't want to do that one.
I think 5 we are.
Okay, number 5. Okay. All right. So do we have the percent on number 5?
No.
No. So I automatically write P over 100. On the other side is part of a total. Do you see a number that follows the word of?
5.
The 5. So that must be our total. So that's going to go on the bottom. And this is 2.5 is the part. So then on this one, can anybody see what I can multiply 5 times to get it to be 100?
20.
Times 20 times 20. So we just have to multiply that out. So 25 times 20, I'm not going to do it with a decimal yet. 0 times everything is 0.
It's gonna mess them up. You don't line up your zeros.
Well, because here's why I don't. Okay, I'm going to show you. Because this is what a lot of people do. They go 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, and I don't need to do that. And then they go the next row. They go 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 5 is 4, plus 1 is 5. I don't need all those rows of zeros. So I stick it out, and I just go 0 times everything is 0. I'm done. And then I go to my 2. 2 times 5 is 10. And then you just bring it down. And then it was in one decimal place. So what is the answer?
50.
It's going to be 50. So the percent is, in fact, I should have on this particular one, I should have looked to see that 2.5 is half of, in fact, here was the other way. This was half of that 5. I could have gone this way and divided by 2. I could have gone this way and divided by 2. So no matter what we do, it is 50%. So this one is 50%. And we'll finish up this row because I don't think this one's going to be hard. On the number 6, and then we're going to, so on this one, do we have the percent on number 6?
No.
So I'm going to put P over 100. Who knows what's going to go on the bottom? Very good. The 13. It's out of the total of the 13. Sam, get focused. So that 13 is going to go on the bottom, and that 3.9 is going to go on top. Now, I think, no, I can't do it. Divided by,
13 can go to 39.
yeah, well, but it's a decimal point. So you've got to be very careful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this works. I'm actually going to move that decimal over and move it over. I'm going to make this 390 over 130.
Well, you're gonna
Still the same answer.
It's going to end up being the same answer, but I don't have a decimal here. So how can I get from here to here?
Would be 39.
Yeah, I'll say it's a 39.
Oh, it's 39. You know what? Never mind. Because I can't do it. I'm going to cross multiply. Because when I'm going to cross multiply instead. So this is going to be 13 times P is 13P. And the reason that I saw that I should have multiplied is when I multiply by 100, it's going to move that decimal over how many places? Twice. So it's going to be 100 times 3.9, move it over 12 is equal to 390. Divided by what? Divided by 13. Divided by 13.
It's times 30.
And it's going to be, yeah, 3. That goes into the...
You could have just did what I did, like just
No.
maybe 300 with the decimal, move it once, still works.
I don't know if, well, I don't want to mess with the decimal. All right. So, well, this is easy because I got rid of the decimal right away. So that is number 6. It is 30%. All right. Then let's look at these real quick. Is what percent of, here's all the fresh water on Earth, of the Earth's fresh water is groundwater. So do we have the percent?
No.
So we're looking for the percent over 100, and we're looking for the percent, look at carefully, watch how I label, the percent of the Earth. So what should be on the bottom?
Why is there a circle?
Okay, don't worry about that just yet. Okay, on this one, what percent of the Earth? Where is the Earth going to go? On the top or the bottom? Because it follows the word of. So this is our 100% Earth. What percent of Earth's fresh water is, here's our is, that goes on the top, is groundwater. So on the other side, I need to have groundwater and Earth. So on this side, what do they have here? Is they have everything in degrees, which is okay. If I added all of these up, who knows what the full degrees of a full circle is? 360. And if I added this up, 3.6, and this, it is 2, is it 251 or 252?
251.
I think it's 252.
252 actually, yeah.
Yeah. This and this would be 252, plus this would be the
108.
360. So, okay, sorry. So we can use our degrees. So how many degrees of the Earth's water is groundwater? 108. So the 108 goes here. And out of all the total water, if I total those up, it's out of 360. And then you can decide, can we reduce that?
We can.
Yes, let's reduce it. I'm going to divide it by 3 to start. I think 9 goes into both of them. So divided by 9, divided by 9. The first one's easy on the bottom. That's going to be 40. On the top, 108 divided by 9.
That's 9. That's 12.
11. 11.
It's going to.
It's not 9. Oh, yeah.
All right. So this is going to be 12. Can I reduce it again?
Yes.
Yes.
Because if I reduce it again, and now I'm going to put it on my paper. So on number 7, it's P over 100, and I'm going to make it 6 over 20. I don't need to reduce it anymore because doesn't 20 already go into 100? So multiply it by 5, multiply it by 5. So it's going to be 30. So 30% of the Earth is groundwater. Then we'll go ahead and do maybe one more of those. Okay. What percent of the Earth's fresh water is ice caps and glaciers? Do we have the percent?
No.
No. So it's P over 100, but again, it's the percent of the Earth. So the of goes on the bottom, and on the top is the ice caps and the glaciers. So over on the, look at your chart, what percent is, I don't want to do that one. What percent is ice caps and glaciers? Actually, this is not going to be so bad. 248.4 over what? Over 360. I think I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply because when I do that, it's going to move that decimal over twice. So it's going to be 360. P is equal to 24840. Because remember, when I multiply by 100, it moves it over 1, 2. And then divide by what? Divide by 360. We can take off a 0. And rather than me trying to reduce this, I could reduce it one time, but just divide. Because sometimes it's just easier just to start dividing it. It doesn't go, it doesn't go. So there are approximately 3 30s in 100, 3 more, 6 more in 200, and maybe 1 more in the 48. I'm going to say about 7. So we'll see how close we get. That's 42. Hold on a second.
51. That's over.
Gonzalez, TX.
Okay.
Victim is 12.
Okay. Okay. Excuse me. We're not going to have Christian. You need to stop with the outburst. All right. So in this one, it is 42. That's going to be 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that is too big. So it's only going to go 6 times. So 30. That's going to be 18, 19, 20, 21. So it's going to be 216, subtract, and bring down. And, well, it's close to 10, so I'm going to say 9, because 9 times 6 ends with a 4, I think. Is that right?
No.
No.
Oh, yeah, it is 54.
Yeah, so I'm going to try 36 times 9. And so that's 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32.
Yeah.
So it is going to be a 9.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice.
Alrighty, girls and boys, we're going to stop. All right, so go ahead and put your answer, and we're not going to do any more of those. This was
69.
all right, and then I'm not going to do any more on that. Okay, I need you to stop. No, I know it's not. Alrighty, so we have until 29. All right, so we're probably going to. Okay, we're going to start some of these back here. And we're only probably going to get to, we're going to do one column. It says, do each of the exercises and find your answer in the adjacent column. Write the letter of the exercise in the box containing the number of the answer. So you're not going to be assigned all of these. So let's just start because of the time. We have 19 problems in just a few minutes. So on the letter, we're going to do this second column on the letter L.
Is that the one that we're going to do?
Hold it. You're not going to do this one. You're not going to do this one. We're going to go ahead and do these two right here. In fact, I'm going to start right here. Do you, on the letter D, do you have the percent?
No.
No. So you're going to put P over 100. What percent of 40? Where is the 40 going to go?
On the bottom.
We're doing the D. We're doing this last section. So again, the of, what follows the of is the total. What follows the of is the total. What follows the is usually the part. So what's going to go on the bottom? The 40. What's going to go on top? 36. Don't waste your time cross multiplying and dividing. If I reduce this, can I half it and have it be 20? Yeah, so half it and have it be 18 over 20. Then can we go straight across? So times what?
5.
Times 5 times 5. What is the percent? It is 90.
60.
5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 8 is 40. 50 and 40 is 90. All right, so just on this one, because we're not doing all of them, just find your answer. And we're going to look on these to see if we can find short. No, we're going to do them all. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm looking at the end. So on the end, do you have your percent?
Yeah, no.
You don't have your percent, so go ahead and put P over 100. Where is the 45 going to go? On the bottom. And on the top is the is. Can I reduce this? I don't know if it's going to help me a lot, but, oh, I think it is. Can I divide by 9? Divide by 9?
Yes.
So you're left with 3 over 5. And then in that case, can I go straight across?
20. 60.
Times 20 times 20. Okay. And that is it. So we shouldn't be using any decimals whatsoever.
What about for answer 20? What?
Okay, the answer 60 is right here.
What about for answer on the bottom? Yeah, what about for
1/3.
Okay, we'll get to that one. In fact, I think that one is coming up.
I think that's 8.
All right, so let's look at the letter M. So on the letter M, do you have a percent?
No.
No, so I'm just going to put P over 100. Where does the 75 go?
On the bottom.
Because it follows the of the total, so it follows that, and the 25 goes on top.
Is that mental?
It's not mental. All right, so what number goes into both 25 and 75? 25. So divided by 25, and it's 3. No, it's 1. Divided by 25, I just need to write it down. It is 1 over 3. All right. That is not the answer.
Oh, it says it down there.
23.
Okay.
33.
So listen carefully. So when you're doing this, take your time and cross multiply. 3 times P is the 3P. 1 times 100 is 100. And then the rest of it, 99 divided by 3 would be 33. 33 times 3 is 99. And what's left over?
1/3. It's 1/3.
Okay, boys. So on this one it is, and this is one, this particular one, I need you to start memorizing. When you have 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 1/3 is the same thing as 33 and 1/3%. 2/3 would be, guess what? 66 and 2/3%. And this would be a 1, which is 100%. So that one is 33 and 1/3.
I have to ask. Is H? No, she doesn't want us to do it mentally.
We're just going to set it up and do it. However, we'll get to that in 2 more. So this one here, there's a couple, once you get the fraction, you can tell. So that looks like it's going to be 1. So let's do this one first, because this is going to be 1 also. Once you set up, do I have the percent? On the U, do I have the percent? No, so put P over 100. Which number goes on the bottom?
25. 60.
The 60. Out of 60, that is our total, and it is 15. Now, okay, all right. Can you reduce, does 15 go into both of those?
Yes.
So divided by 15, and it's 1/4. You should, this is one you should know mentally. If you get, but I still need you to show this. Let's not get ahead, Sam. Hold on a second. So what's, if you get 1/4, what's 1/4 of a dollar? It's 25%. Okay. Well, so I still need you to set up the work. So what is the, do you have the percent? Do you have the percent, yes or no? No. So put P over 100. 9 is, what percent is 90 out of 180? Where's the 180 going to go? On the bottom. It's is over of and 90. Now doesn't that reduce to a half?
Yes.
What is a fraction for a half? Half of a dollar.
50.
So the P is equal to 50%. Again, once you have a half, you can also go 2 times 50 and 1 times 50.
Guarantee the next one is 30. Yeah.
So this one is 50%.
Last one is just common sense.
Okay, what is the answer, Christian?
I think it's 30. 30. Oh wait, it is 70.
It's 72. What percent?
But we gotta show our work.
But
Yeah, sure.
just set it up. We don't have the percent. And out of 100, in fact, look at this. So if this matches that, that P has to match that. What is the percent?
72.
72%.
What?
All right. So this one is 72. Your job and your only job today is to do these up here.
Oh, are you finished?
That's it. Okay.
Can I have another page?
And if you could set your homework up here, and I'll just have to pass out the ones I have tomorrow. I've got a lot that I graded. And staple it together.